Welcome to tonight's episode of Beyond Focus TV. I'm your host, Lydia Patel. And as always, we have a very special guest for you. Two special guests in the studio tonight. I have Kamisha Superville, founder and CEO of Enchanted by Kamisha, and Renee Harris of IE Spa Indulgences. They'll be our guests tonight for the next 30 minutes, so stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. Beyond Focus TV allows you to discuss contemporary topics affecting the Caribbean people on both a national and local level. The show features informed guests who offer insight, debate, and evaluate various issues. Beyond Focus TV builds on the station's mission to provide useful information to the Caribbean people in New York and abroad. Beyond Focus TV, where our viewing audience can get educated, informed, and empowered. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with Kamisha Superville and Renee Harris. Ladies, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having
me. Well,
me.
it's great to have you both here tonight on Beyond Focus TV. Amazing ladies doing great things in the community, so I do have to commend you both on the great work that you've been doing. Both entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And it's funny because you have a little bit of collaboration together.
Mm-hmm.
Kamisha, you're actually working on a great event, which we'll get into in just a little bit, so hold tight. And that's where Renee comes in, where you do a collaboration. I think a lot of people kind of ignore the fact that to really succeed, you can't be a one-man show. Yes. You kind of need to bring everyone together, especially ladies doing it. It's great to build that powerhouse and we kind of support each other.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to start with you, Kamisha. Why don't you let everyone at home know what is Enchanted by Kamisha?
Thank you. And Lydia, thank you so much for having us. Enchanted by Kamisha, it is an event planning company where we specialize in coordinating, executing, and implementing various events throughout the city. The reason why I wanted to name my company Enchanted because I always love fairy tales. I don't know why.
They're fun.
They're fun.
It's a fairy tale.
Yes,
exactly. And it's always a happily ever after, right? Mm-hmm. But I really wanted folks, when they come to any event that I've hosted or collaborate on, I want them to feel lifted, uplifted, and moved. And so that is the reason why I wanted to keep it very organic and name it something that I absolutely love as a child, which is Enchanted and #enchantment. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And it really is. And it's funny because when you think of, fairy tales and things being so amazing, I have to lead into you because you do organic candles and scented, and I love it. These are all little things that are so amazing that just could brighten somebody's day.
Yes.
And that is the main goal for why I started
So the tie-in is perfect.
Yes.
You want to feel good. You want to go to an event. You could walk into a room and you could have one of your candles there and you change the whole ambiance of the room, the feeling, make something cute for them to go home with.
Right.
So tell us about IE Spa Indulgences.
IE Spa Indulgences was founded as a company organically. I didn't have any intention on building a natural spa product line. Just happened to be a result of some family health issues that made me, do a foray into natural products because there's so many bad things in a lot of the products that we have, a lot of chemicals that are harmful to our skin, harmful to our health. And so that was part of the reason, but I always had the passion to be an entrepreneur. I've done things in makeup, I've done things in hair. When I was in college, I used to do hair for everyone. I was a certified manicurist at one point, but I always had the passion and interest of owning a spa. And that can be quite costly.
Absolutely.
So this was one way for me to have a foray into the spa experience because I wanted everyone to have that experience at home. We spend a lot of time working, women, taking care of others and not taking care of ourselves. And so this was one way for me to have everyone to take a little time to pamper themselves and enjoy a spa-like experience at home.
And I wish everyone could really smell how good the studio smells amazing. I'm not saying it doesn't smell amazing on a regular, but it really
extra
has an extra extra good smell right now.
Thank
Between
you.
all of the different scents, it's just
Yes.
it's really really nice, and I could
Thank
see
you.
how I could do that, and I can understand why Enchanted by Kamisha would want to partner
Yes.
with IE Spa and Indulgences, because when you do an event, you can literally create a concept build around
Yes.
these things, the natural soap. So what led you originally to team up with Renee?
Well, Lydia, you hit it right on the knob. I think our encounter is truly memorable, to say the least. But I met Renee at an event that I attended in New York City, a Circle of Sisters. And I just absolutely, so there was a lot of different merchants who have the same products and services. But I just absolutely loved her delivery. Her team was so kind. And just speaking to her, and I told her that I would love to work with her. And I said, hey, listen, I'm buying one of your products. And I said, this is my last coin. But I want to support you, and in turn, I hope that you will work with me. And she just looked at me and smiled, and here we are today,
I love it.
working together on an event coming up next month.
And Circle of Sisters is an absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing event. I mean, it happens every October at the Jacob Javits Center.
Yes.
It's phenomenal. I mean, 55,000 people come through. And for those who have a booth, who come, even if you're on just attending the event for yourself, you can leave with so many different things and just a wealth of information.
Absolutely.
I think as a whole is something that's really, really
Yes.
good for everybody. So let's talk about your experience at Circle of Sisters.
Yes. Like you said, my experience, first, it was my first event. I always wanted to attend.
You
Never
had a booth?
I know. I was just regular bystander, attendee. No, but I always wanted to attend. Never really had the freedom of attending. But I'm happy that I attend because I was very enlightened by a lot of the sessions, informational sessions, and just to see the array of vendors and to see so many amazing companies that you may not necessarily know of there and promoting themselves and promoting their brand. It was truly inspiring, and it really motivated me and my company to put on something on a more smaller scale, but just with the same level of class.
Absolutely. And I know for yourself, Renee, you actually was an exhibitor.
I was.
So you were there for the 2 days of the
Yes.
full madness
Yes.
At Jacob Javits.
Yes.
Like you were saying off camera, that Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday
Was a big day.
was nonstop, and Saturday was very busy as well. I enjoyed the whole experience. I'm very much a one-on-one people person, and so to have people experience the product and to enjoy what I'm offering was just very fulfilling for me.
So for those who didn't get to experience it, how would you kind of recap your experience there and what you had on display at Circle of Sisters?
Absolutely. Well, I wanted people to have a taste of the natural product line. So I had pretty much some of the same items that I have available here. Our Nourishing Body Butter is by far our
Love
number
that.
one seller. It's made with 5 natural butters. I use pure African shea butter, mango butter, Manoi butter, cocoa butter,
goodness.
and almond butter, and a few other things in
course.
there. And I make it in 25 different scents. So I had that on display where people can sample it and see how it feels on their skin and how the scent reacted to their skin and how the product reacted to their skin. And, that's one way to get people in, because once they experienced it, they were like, oh my goodness, I love this. And so that was very rewarding. I also had some of our natural candles, soy candles and body scrubs and natural soaps. I also make a product that some of the couples really like.
Okay. Well,
It's
you know
called-
what? Hold that thought.
Okay,
Because
okay.
we'll take a quick break, and when we
Okay.
come back after the break, I definitely want to go into all
Okay,
that.
okay.
Stay with us. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Beyond Focus TV. I'm Lydia Patel, sitting here with Kamisha Superville and, of course, Renee Harris, two amazing ladies, entrepreneurs, right here in Brooklyn, doing absolutely amazing things. So before we took a break, we're talking about Circle of Sisters, which you both attended, the amazing, amazing event, and a lot of great experience and knowledge on both being an entrepreneur. You can learn from other people who have, you walk in, some people have huge booths set up. I mean, it can be a little intimidating sometimes. People are like, oh my God, I want to get to that level. But, the spending level also to be there and the manpower, it's a lot.
It is.
But you were also an exhibitor, and you were just sharing with us, what you really showcased during the 2 days, aside from making all your butters and all that stuff. And once you get them in the door, people like Kamisha could really come in and enjoy and take home something and really gain a lot from that.
Absolutely.
So overall, you had a great experience.
I did. I met a lot of wonderful people, made a lot of great connections, and really wanted to just get the product in the hands of another consumer base, which was wonderful.
So what would differentiate yourself from, let's say, the Shea Moistures and all of those? Everyone at home has so many different choices. We know about Palmer's, and I mean, I'm guilty of it. Sometimes you just think of the commercial brands.
Right.
And there's somebody right here who's making this stuff locally who could actually tell me word for word pretty much what's going into my, what I'll be using.
I can tell you every element that goes into the product. And I think that's one of the attractions that people like about the product line is that they know exactly what is in it. There's no hidden ingredients. And they're all made from natural, raw materials as well as organic materials, and that's something that resonates with people.
It does.
When you get into large companies, you sort of lose sometimes the quality of that natural
absolutely
aspect. So I try to keep my hand on the pulse from that perspective.
And it's so funny because Kamisha was talking about that off air. Just as you grow, we all want to grow with our business, but then you kind of have to get cut back a little bit on either the creative control because you're getting financially backed. And let's talk a little bit about your events, and not only events that you do, but you do a lot of stuff within the community as well. And right now, you still have a lot of that control. It's still Kamisha. You can still really say Kamisha has your handprint on it.
Absolutely, and I think that is exactly what Renee spoke about. It's imperative that, especially when you're dealing with the community, you want to be able to be the voice of the community, and to be authentic, you have to, you have to back the community, you have to back the cause, and your initiative and incentives always supposed to be how am I facilitating the betterment of my people, and that sometimes gets compromised oftentimes when you have to be backed by corporations or larger entities. And so absolutely, I think that's what makes my company, Enchanted by Kamisha, very fruitful, is that most of the events that I have hosted and have put on, I have 100% fully funded those events, and that's a lot. It at times it's very costly, but I leave feeling complete. I leave knowing that I didn't compromise, that I did not have to hear from someone and say, well, you should have done it that way. You should put the drapes down this way. I'm being a little cynical, but more than anything, I'm able to maintain my authenticity and have folks like Renee Harris and so many other exhibitors that's willing to work with me because they know that they're getting that clear communication, they're getting that transparency, and of course I am the brand, so certainly I have to be held accountable.
Absolutely. And Kamisha hit on a very good point. Sometimes you have to fund yourself.
Yes.
Share a little insight on, because I'm sure there's a lot of self-funding going on.